Hey guys, it's Matthew here from Hearing Tracker, keeping you up to date with all new hearing aid technology. Today, I am really pleased to welcome Jay, who has joined me to talk about his experiences with his Starkey Evolve AI CIC hearing aids. So good morning, Jay. I'm really grateful for you joining me today to share your experiences with your Starkey hearing aids. So before we hear anything about the hearing aids themselves, how about you share for us a few words about your hearing loss and how you came to be wearing hearing aids in the first place?
I suffer from a sensory neural hearing loss. It equates to me having lost nearly 60 to 70% of my hearing abilities in both ears. However, I've been wearing hearing aids since the age of 4. The difficulties I've faced without my hearing aids are in environments which are noisy or which are accompanied with a lot of background noise, such as restaurants, concerts, and in meeting rooms as well. In those situations, I struggle to pick up people's voices from the people who are standing very close to me. I struggle to make out what they're saying, even if I can hear them. And sometimes I struggle to know from where the sound around me is coming from, because I can't differentiate between the background noise and the people talking to me.
So this is something you've always lived with and had numerous Starkey hearing aids in the past, with the most recently being fitted just under 6 months ago now. How have your initial experiences been with this technology?
I have been using Starkey hearing aids for more than 8 years. The Evolve AI aids that I presently use are the third generation of Starkey aids that I now use. All of the Starkey aids that I've used have been CIC aids, i.e. completely in the canal aids. They're very discreet, they're very difficult to spot, and in most situations where I'm meeting new people or people at work, they don't actually know that I wear hearing aids. The only way that they can spot if I'm wearing hearing aids is if they were to stare at my ears very closely, which, as you can imagine, not a lot of people do. However, the Starkey hearing aids that I've often worn have been revolutionary in helping me to adapt to a far greater range of social situations, more intense professional environments where I'm expected to perform at 100% capacity, and situations involving high degrees of background noise, such as roads, restaurants, cafes, and concerts as well. The Starkey aids have really helped me to adapt to these situations by helping to reduce the volume of background noise that I hear, making the sound that I want to hear clearer and easier to define in terms of where it's coming from, and helping me then to interact with a far greater range of people around me. I'm really, really grateful for Starkey for producing aids such as the ones that I've been using. They've changed my life tremendously.
I mean, it brings me great delight to know that they're having such a positive impact. Where would you say that the most important day-to-day situations are that Starkey have helped you out? Let's say both inside and outside of work.
Whilst wearing Starkey hearing aids, I've been able to interact with a far greater range of people in professional environments. I work as a lawyer, and I often attend meetings with large numbers of people, sometimes participating in video calls, sometimes participating in the meeting with people in the room, but often involving a very, very high intensity of background noise, differing opinions, and people talking over each other at regular intervals in order to have their voices and opinions heard. That's made it very challenging for anyone in the room to actually follow the conversation and to listen to what's going on and to listen intensely to make sure that they catch every word of what's being said. As someone who wears hearing aids, Starkey's hearing aids have helped me to track the conversations in the room with a far higher degree of precision and clarity. I've been able to know who has been talking, from where they're talking from, and been able to pick up on the majority of words that they say, even if they're speaking very quickly. And as a lawyer, that has helped me tremendously to make sure that I know exactly whose opinions are being expressed. And I can also pick up on views and opinions from people whose voices are far more quiet and timid. That's made me a far more effective lawyer, someone who's able to listen more intensely, someone who's able to follow the conversation with a far greater degree of precision and accuracy, but has also made me a much better listener in these situations as well. At home, I have a very, very busy family lifestyle. I have two very lovely young children who are very vocal and love to be heard all the time. But that means that I have to be alert to what they're telling me and making sure that I'm able to listen to them from wherever they're talking from, whether that be downstairs or upstairs or across the garden or in a different room altogether. However, Starkey's aids have really helped me to adapt to those situations and to extend the range at which I can hear people around me at home, as well as people around me when I'm outside as well.
I mean, that is awesome to hear. You really do put these hearing aids through their paces and push their capabilities. I know from our previous conversations that you're also a huge fan of music, and that's both listening and playing. How do you find that these perform in those sorts of circumstances?
I use the Starkey Evolve AI aids at every moment when I'm awake, and I love listening to music with them. I've listened to music since I was a boy, and I'm an avid music fan. I love listening to rock music, electronic music, and classical music as well. And what I've found is that now that I use the Starkey Evolve AI aids, sound and songs and tracks that I used to listen to, which previously sounded very good, now sound absolutely amazing. I'm able to pick up on new tracks, new background noises, and new bass lines that I'd never known were there in a track before. And this has really enhanced the quality of sound that I'm now able to listen to and enjoy as part of my own personal life as well. These aids have really helped me to understand construct the different songs that I now listen to. They've helped me to appreciate music more. I'm able to listen to speech in the sounds and the songs that I listen to. And I'm also able to now start playing instruments with a far greater degree of accuracy, knowing that I can pick up on a majority of sounds that the instruments produce. I'm going to be starting my guitar lessons again because the AI Evolve aids have given me the confidence to start playing again. And I'm also going to be starting to learn how to play piano for a very, very long time, because I was never able to fully appreciate the depth and the power of piano when I was a boy wearing aids before they were far weaker than what I wear today. Starkey Evolve aids are absolutely amazing when it comes to listening to music, and I've really enjoyed it since I've been using it.
Now, I know you're a busy chap, and I did promise not to keep you for too long. So I've got one final question for you, and that's really, do you have any advice for anyone out there that may be struggling with a hearing loss and not be too sure where to turn?
I strongly recommend that anyone who struggles to hear sounds or is worried about the fact that they may feel that they cannot hear as well as before, take a hearing test. Hearing tests are simple and easy to conduct. Audiologists are trained on how to interpret hearing tests to make sure that people can understand exactly what range of sounds they're able to hear. And it also provides far better clarity for people who are worried about what a hearing loss might mean for them. Hearing loss is very, very important to tackle. It's important because if it is not tackled and if people suffer from hearing loss, they can suffer from stress and medical complications caused by that stress as well. Because when someone cannot hear properly, it causes them to worry, miss out sounds, and it makes them feel bad. They could lash out at family members or friends because they haven't heard what is being said. So it's really, really important that people who feel that they may have a hearing loss have their hearing checked, and as soon as possible. The second thing is, if someone has a hearing loss and they feel that they need to wear hearing aids, the second piece of advice I can give is do not be afraid. Hearing aids are very, very small these days and very discreet. It is quite possible to find an affordable pair of hearing aids which can fit discreetly into one's ears and can be very, very hard to spot if someone were to look at those aids themselves. So there is no need to worry about hearing aids being so obvious and large and bulky and difficult to wear. That is not the case anymore. The most important thing to do is to find a hearing aid that fits well for your ear and provides the right sound quality and power output for your hearing loss. Sometimes a completely in the ear canal aid can help to do that. Sometimes an over the ear hearing aid, which can provide traditionally more power, may be more suitable. It's really important that you talk to your audiologist to explore options and to work out what will work best for you and to enhance your quality of life. And I can assure you that once you wear hearing aids and you're used to them and you're comfortable wearing them, you will find that your quality of life improves dramatically. Your friends and your family will find it easier to communicate with you. You'll become a far more effective communicator and you'll feel better about yourself. So please take the opportunity to explore if hearing aids should be used and what they can mean for you.
Jay, thank you so much. Great advice. I agree with everything you said. I really appreciate your time today. For all of you watching this at home, we hope that you found this video useful. If you did like it, then please hit the like button. If you have any comments or questions for me or for Jay, then please drop them in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, then make sure you do so. I'll see you in the next video.